Magandang araw po at magandang gabi sa mga nakakapanood sa gabi at sa lahat po ng naabot ng video na ito. Welcome po dito sa MB o Avoy Mix Videos. Ngayon po ay may magandang video po tayo ipipresent sa inyo at ito po ay mula kay What If Pinas. No? Dito tinatalakay kung ang yung partnership natin sa China ay totally ikat, no? O is kasama na dito yung mga supplies, electronics, whatever, mga made in China ay totally ikat po yan. Ano mangyayari sa loob ng isang taon? So, tingnan po natin itong video nito. Napakaganda po. Mag-subscribe po kayo sa kanya kay What If Pinas kasi maganda po yung kanyang mga video. So, eto po, no, i-play na po natin. Bigyan po natin ng reaction.
It has been exactly 1 year since the Great Decoupling. 1 year since the trade ships stopped arriving from Shanghai. 1 year since the diplomatic channels went silent. In part 1, we talked about the immediate chaos, the panic buying, the inflation, the airport crisis. But panic doesn't last forever.
So, meron pala itong part 1, ano? At ang pinapanood natin ngayon ay part 2, no? Yung sinabi niya tungkol sa mga panic buying. Siyempre, unahan talaga yan.
Eventually, it turns into something else. Survival. The Philippines didn't collapse. We didn't sink into the ocean. But the country we live in today looks very different from the one we knew just 12 months ago. The malls are quieter, the gadgets are older, and the mood is grit. Welcome to the aftermath. The first thing you notice in year 1 is that disposable culture is dead. Remember when you could buy a cheap plastic fan or a budget smartphone for a few thousand pesos, use it for a year, and throw it away? That era is over. With Chinese manufacturing cut off, new appliances became luxury items. We entered the age of repair. Walk through Green Hills or Rayon now.
Yun nga, no? Dahil wala ka nang mabibiling cellphone at siguro naman kung merong active na cellphone ka ngayon after 1 year, hindi naman basta-basta magiging outdated yon, no? At kakayanin niya pa rin na i-upgrade yon doon sa mga bagong papasok na tinatawag na bagong OS. Ngayon, kung hindi lang natin sure kung yung OS na yon ay from China, ay makakat na rin yon, ano. Pero kung manufacture lang nun nasa China, pero yung totally nagmamayari nun from US or sa ibang bansa, makaka-receive ka pa rin ng OS. So talagang ang alam mga Pilipino naman kasi hindi basta-basta nagtatapon, ano. Mahusay tayo sa mga hoy, no? Lalo sa mga electronics, electrical. Nangyayari po yan.
You won't see rows of brand new units. You see repair shops. Filipinos became masters of cannibalizing parts. We fix everything. We weld broken frames, we patch tires, we recode software. The buy and throw mentality was replaced by fix and keep. It was hard at first. Prices for simple things like screws, wires, and plastic containers tripled, but it forced a revival of local industries. Small factories in Bulacan and Cavite roared back to life, making the basic household items we used to import. It's not high-tech, and it's more expensive, but it's ours. While the streets adapted, the borders hardened. Without diplomatic ties to hold back tensions, the Philippines had no choice but to pick a side. We are no longer friends to all, enemies to none. We are now the Iron Fortress of the Pacific. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, expanded. American, Japanese, and Australian troops are now a permanent fixture in northern Luzon and Palawan.
So yun nga ho, no, magiging mahirap, no, sa simula, no, pero kakayanin nating mga Pilipino kasi napakarami pong product dito sa Pilipinas na hindi natin alam made in China pala, no. Unang-una diyan yung mga cellphones, no, ang Vivo. Although alam ko ang Vivo is from US yan, pero minamanufacture to from China. Yun nga, pati mga clothes, yung iba pa. So, TV, yung mga electronic parts. Even naman ng US, nangangailangan sila ng mga parts na galing din China, no? Ayun yung tinatawag na economic ties, no? At kung ikakat yon ng China, lahat ng o yung i-import natin mula sa kanila, ikakat. Talagang mahihirapan po ang mga Pilipino. Pero dahil ang Pilipino ay kahit nga wala na, ay patuloy nabubuhay. Kaya ito yung tinatawag ng mga bagyo, no, yung nawawash out. Patuloy na nagpapatuloy at nagtatagumpay pa rin sa huli. Mabilis naman makakabawi. Sa tulong ito, siyempre, ng ibang mga kaibigang bansa, lalo ng mga Amerikano. No? Siyempre, sila ang magpapasok dito. Kaya lang, medyo pricey yun, medyo mahal compare doon sa inaalok ng China. At maraming mga gamot, no? Yung mga gamot, ini-import din natin yan. Sa iba na tayong kukuhang bansa. Pwedeng sa may mas mura or pwedeng magiging mas mahal.
We have modern missile systems lining our coast, pointing west. The West Philippine Sea is quiet, but it's a terrifying kind of quiet. It's a no man's land. Filipino fishermen can fish in the municipal waters, but the deep sea is a militarized zone. We are safe under the Western security umbrella, but we also know the truth. If a global war starts, we are the front line. We are the shield.
Yun nga lang kung dahil nga ang Pilipinas ay parang gate ng ibang bansa ng Amerika, tayo talaga ang magiging frontline. Pero wala naman tayong choice na pagpipilian pa, no? Kung sa China naman tayo kakampi, tayo naman ang aatakihin ng Amerika. Tayo ang magiging shield ng China. Ngayon, talagang kailangan natin yung tulong ng isa. Mamimili tayo. Pero, mas pipiliin ko na yung dati nating kaalyado dahil subok na, no, ang Amerika. Ilang beses tayong tinulungan, although hindi naging maganda yung pagpasok nila rito, no? Nagkaroon talaga rin tayo ng gera sa Amerika, pero pinakita naman nila na sila ay naging mabuting kaibigan, no? Tinulungan nila tayo sa huli at ibinangon ang bansa natin sa huli, no? Binigyan tayo ng sariling kalayaan at napakalawak nga ng freedom of speech natin, no? At binagalang ng Amerika kung ano yung gusto ng Pilipinas, no? Dati, nung panahon ni Duterte, sa China, no, kaya nalungkot si Trump. Iginalang, di ba? Hindi naman tayo inatake. Ngayon, bumalik tayo sa Amerika at sa kabila nun, ng pagtalikod natin sa kanila noon, nagbumuhos pa rin yung tulong nila sa militarisasyon, no? At no choice tayo, no, kung di magpalakas ang bansa natin patungkol dito sa military, no, o depensa.
The economic pain was the hardest part. The recession in the first 6 months was brutal. But by year 1, the pivot began to work. We couldn't rely on China for cheap goods, so we looked elsewhere. Vietnam became our sole lifeline for rice. India became our pharmacy, flooding our hospitals with affordable generic medicines to replace Chinese supplies. And our exports? It was a struggle. When China stopped buying our bananas, thousands of hectares in Mindanao went bankrupt. But slowly, we found new buyers. Japan, South Korea, and even the Middle East took up the slack. We sell less now, but we sell to more countries. We are diversified. The savior, surprisingly, was the service sector. The BPO industry, call centers, freelancers, virtual assistants, became the backbone of the economy.
Ito nga po yung kagandahan na marami kang kaibigang bansa kaysa iisa lang. No? Yung iisang yon, pwede kang i-blackmail nun eh. Pero kung marami kang kaibigang bansa, marami kang pwedeng bentahan, marami kang option, no? Kaya Amerika, maraming kaibigang bansa, marami ang kaalyado. Kaya dapat doon tayo kumampi. Kung kakampi kasi tayo sa China lang ang magiging natin, kakampi. Tapos kaaway na natin yung ilan, no? At hahawakan tayo sa leeg ng China kasi alam nila wala tayong ibang kakampi kung hindi sila. Hindi kagaya nung pag nasa poder tayo ng Amerika, may kalayaan pa rin tayong pumili at marami tayong magiging kaibigang bansa. Madali pong makakabawi ang ating ekonomiya.
Since our digital work is tied to the West, it was immune to the Chinese trade ban. It kept the dollars flowing in when the factories shut down. So, what does the Philippines look like after the dust settles? It is a more expensive country. Life is harder. We don't have the cheap conveniences we used to take for granted. We are militarized, anxious, and constantly watching the horizon. But we are also independent in a way we haven't been for decades. We no longer fear economic blackmail. We grow more of our own food. We make more of our own tools. We know exactly who our friends are. The total decoupling was a nightmare, yes. But we woke up, and we're still here.
It has been exactly 1 year since the Great Decoupling.
So, hanggang dito na lang po, no? Napakaganda po ng video ni What If Pinas. No? Pero napansin ko lang, yung sasalita, I don't know kung ito ay AI, ay mukhang Chinese. Or mukhang siguro Japanese. Pero, dapat, kung siya talaga yan, maaaring Pilipino talaga siya. Kaso, ang ganda ng fluent niya, no? English na English. English fluent talaga siya. Yun nga, napakaganda nung pampalakas loob na binitawan niya, no? Dapat nga ngayon, unti-unti, siniset aside natin yung produkto at umasa tayo sa ating produkto, no? At sa produkto ng mga kakampi natin. Kagaya nga ng sinabi niya, magiging mahirap talaga, no? Pero yung kalayaan, nandoon. Yung gusto ng mga Pilipino na kalayaan, nandoon pa rin, no? Hope so naman, ma-adapt natin yung presyo na sinasabi nila magiging medyo mahal at medyo mahirap. Pero ang Pilipino kasi, kayang maka-adapt ng mga bagay-bagay, kahirapan, anuman yan. Isa sa mga katangian ng Pilipino yan. Kaya nating ma-adapt ang anumang hirap. At nagiging madali sa atin ito. So hanggang dito na lang po. Ito po ang Avoy Mix Videos. Hanggang sa muli.